Welcome back. Welcome back. We're officially back. Welcome to Financial Fashion Talk episode 35. Let's go ahead and get the CFO on here. I know I already invited him. Share broadcast invite. You got to join my live. Let's get right to it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Got to get this CFO on here. Welcome to episode 35. Stay with us. Stay with us. How y'all doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's vibe today. It's been a long while. It's been a week since the last time we seen y'all. We had a bye week. On here. How y'all doing? Speak back to me. Speak back to me. Waiting to get the CFO added. I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited to be back on here today, man. Talk about some things. What's taking them so long to join? Give us a sec. Give us a sec. We're going to bring them on camera. Already guessed in this broadcast. Why is he not adding? Give us a sec, you guys. Work with us. Work with us. Okay, here we go. Okay, we finally got him. We finally got him.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Hey, there's no way you can twist your camera around. There we go. There we go. There we go. How's it going, CFO? Excuse me. See.
Yeah, man, it's going.
On, man.
Say what?
I said, yeah, we finally got it. So,
yeah.
How's it going? How you feeling today?
Hey, man, I'm feeling wonderful, man. Yeah.
Hey, I'm excited to be back on here. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm excited to be back on here. It feels good. It feels good to be back on here.
Yeah, man.
Last week, we took a week off. Not actually a week, but we took a day off. We didn't do an episode last week because of a lot of stuff was going on, man. Death in the family.
Right.
But nevertheless, we back on today, and we looking forward to having a great conversation with you guys about a great topic. But before we get started, man, how was your day today?
Hey, man, no surprises. You know what I'm saying? It was a beautiful day out today, man. Got to go take care of some things that have been priority. But other than that, man, it's been a wonderful day, man. We had a beautiful day yesterday, man. It's trickled over to the day, man. And we're looking forward to having the same week, you know what I'm saying? The same vibes and the same spirit, man. So, yeah, man. What about yourself, man? How was your day?
Man, today was pretty good. I chilled today. Actually, me and my lady, we made some tie-dye t-shirts or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So we experimented with that together or whatnot.
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing too big today. Nothing too big today. Like I said, man, we tried to focus more on what we have to do today. Right. Not do too much strenuous stuff. We really want to focus our mind in on whatever it is that we're doing on the podcast. But I really just chilled, watched a couple movies with my lady or whatnot. But other than that, man, today just been pretty good, man. I was looking forward to getting on here.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, we missed last week, and it's just a pleasure to be back.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and get it started, man. Anything else you wanted to mention before we hop into the topic?
Oh, no, man. Not at this moment, man. We're looking to get into this topic, though, man. Yeah.
Okay, now the topic I wanted to talk about, man, is it's a personal perspective. It is a personal perspective, and I want everybody that's watching the show, to give their perspective as well, because I feel like everybody have a different perspective on this topic. And the topic is, what rich really means. What being rich really means and what living in abundance really means. You see what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of views on what rich really means, like the definition of it,
Right.
not the literal definition. We have your literal definition just means wealthy. It got different definitions to it, but different context gives it different meanings.
Right.
But I'm going to give, my perspective on it. You can give your perspective on it, and hopefully, people in the comments can get their perspective on what being rich means to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you want to go first? Go first, bro. I want to hear you first.
Well,
But
man,
like,
I know that. I know.
Let me ask you the question. Like, the question is, like, I know, like, being rich, it's something involved with money as well.
Right.
Like, we know that.
Right.
But besides that, tell me what, like, your personal definition of being rich, and like your definition when it has something to do with money, and your definition when it doesn't have to do with money.
Well, I feel that, if you're rich with money, you're just capable of acquiring things. That's really how far being rich with money goes. You know what I mean? But all the other characteristics is based totally on the individual. You know what I'm saying? Whether you disperse it out, the people that's in need, you look out for less fortunate families or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That depends on the individual. Now, being rich without money, man, it's a sense of, to me personally, it's a sense of um, uh, inner peace, man. You don't
Wow.
you don't have to necessarily, fill a void with unnecessary assets. You know what I'm saying? Unnecessary. That's what being rich without money is to me, man. Having a very great sense of mental stability uh,
Wow.
and being very in tune, like spiritually, man. You know what I'm saying? With the spirit, part. But yeah, man, that's what being rich
Expound on that.
without money. Man, just being, like I said earlier, man, like just having peace, man, and being able to understand, situations in life, um, and able to, maneuver in life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I definitely say that's what rich, man, without money is. Especially being in tune with spirituality, man. Yeah, bro. Man, go ahead and take over, man. Uh,
Okay. There was some very, very key points that you hit. That's why I wanted you to expound on it, because you said uh, something about spirituality.
right,
And I really believe that that's the only way you can really be rich without money.
right,
There's no way you can be rich uh, without money, without spirituality.
right,
There's the only way you can be rich from the inside is through spirituality.
right. That's the only way.
And because your spirit can't spend money.
No,
You see what I'm saying? Like, your spirit don't go to the store. Your spirit don't wear shoes.
right,
You see what I'm saying? Like, your spirit don't want to go buy anything.
right,
So my point is what I'm saying. Like, rich to me is fulfillment.
right,
You see what I'm saying? Like, because if you live in life right and you have desires, carnal desires, meaning desires from things that you want in this material life.
right,
If you go throughout life only just wanting to acquire those things, you'll only have those things.
right. That's it. That's it. That's it. And
You
see,
see what I'm saying?
and like, I left this out earlier, man. See, when it comes down to, being rich, on the spiritual side of things, um, the spiritual side of things requires a different currency. You know what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? Like on the spiritual side, man, like joy and you know those are currencies, that the spiritual man operates on. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So having that um, richness, even in a situation of turmoil, man, like you still be fulfilled, outside of just things.
I want to make sure we help everybody understand what we're saying, because I really wanted to make this distinction, man, because it's a very important distinction. Because it's like, if you only have money to give, you only have money.
Right.
But the distinction that I'm making is actually living in abundance. Living in abundance is spiritual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, living in abundance is like being able to give things that money can't buy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if I'm living in abundance, I not only can give you money, I can give you a helping hand.
Right.
I can make you feel better about yourself.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, why I say that being rich is spiritual is because it's who you are. You being true when you find out who you are from within. You see what I'm saying? That's the only way you'll be able to get that fulfillment of being rich and being made whole from the inside.
Right.
That's living in abundance. Living in abundance is being made whole from the inside.
Right. Right.
It has nothing to do with, you know, the outside,
a monetary
the
value. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being rich and just having money, that just means you just went to work.
Right.
That just means you found something you love to do and you actually made money off of what you were doing. But you know, actually actually living in abundance, that's something like you actually found out your purpose in life.
Right.
Like you are fulfilled from the inside. You see what I'm saying? And not only you'll be able not only to just give money, but you'll be able to give more than money. You'll be able to give things that you can't buy with money.
Right. Right. And that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, like it's a different currency.
Right.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. It's a different currency. You know, it's not about you know, the things that you can attain like naturally. You know, it's about being able to reach out to somebody else in a it may be an unpeaceful state, man, and bring in some value to them, you know.
Say that again.
I said, I mean, it allows you to go into other states as well, like go into like somebody else with a different, in it maybe a unpeaceful state, man, and you can go in there and you know be a help to somebody else, you know, because I feel like if you know that, you know, if you know your purpose in life, man, that can only have something to do with the higher power.
That's the only way.
Right.
That's the only way to live in abundance. God have to allow you, like, this a connection. Like, you got to notice something about your life and about yourself before you get to that level.
Right.
Excuse me. At that point, at that point, your life is going to be more than about money. Like, it's not going to matter to you anymore because you know what your mission is in life. Like, you know what you're living for. You know what you're supposed to be doing here.
Right.
So, like, your mission that you're supposed to be doing might require you to have money. You see what I'm saying? Like, your purpose in life may require you to have money.
Right.
But in that instance, like, by you following on in your mission and doing what you're supposed to do, living out your purpose, you'll be able to acquire that.
Right.
Because you living out your mission, which is the purpose that God gave you.
Right.
He allows you to live in abundance because you know the mission that he gave you and the purpose that you live in.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But without that realization, you see what I'm saying? Without the realization of you knowing what your purpose and mission is, you can't really live in abundance because you're not going to be fulfilled because you don't know what you're living for.
Right.
You don't really know what you're here for. You don't have no direction because you don't know what your mission is.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You really just, a lot of times you just live. You feel like we just live. But when you get to a point where you can really, you don't got a connection and you really don't got a revelation about what you're here to do.
Right.
And you got the mission that you're on, you know what I'm saying? Your life begins to be not just about yourself. It starts to be about your mission and not about yourself.
Right.
So that's how you really live in abundance. And because your life is not about money anymore. Your life starts to be more than about just making a living. You start living your life for other people.
Right, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so you start living that selfless life, and that's really how you get to abundance.
Right. And
You
I
see
was
what I'm
saying, man, like, yeah, because, you know, like I said before, man, like we filters, you know what I'm saying? We filters. And once you get to that place in life, man, where you understand, you know, your purpose of being here, and then you could be a filter, like for whatever, you know, God want to push through you, You know what I mean? Because you in abundance of it. You know, so the source is limitless. Like you pulling from a limited source. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But when it comes down to money, like it's a cutoff. Like it's a cutoff to that. You
exactly.
know what I'm saying? It's a cutoff to that. So like when it comes down to rich, that all depends. To me, you know, like you just said, like that depends on the source. That depends on the source of it. You know what I mean? Because if it's a limited source, then it's not spiritual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not
Exactly.
spiritual. So
Exactly.
yeah, man, like there's no limitation. See, and there's no limitation when you're rich. Like you're not limited. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing can really, it doesn't matter about your circumstance, situation. It don't matter about any of that. You know what I'm
I'm gonna
saying?
put it like this, man. I'm gonna put it like this. Okay, like I'm gonna give a scenario of a person that's living in abundance and a person that just has money.
Mhm.
Now, let's say the person that's living in abundance run out of money. He can be so spiritually aligned in faith that he can get money right back because he never depended on it.
Right.
You
Right.
see what I'm saying? He never was in lack. You see what I'm saying? Like he never was living for material. You see what I'm saying? He never was living for completely material things.
Right.
He had a mission. He had a mission in mind. He was going throughout his life living the mission that God gave him. That's how he was able to live in abundance. So if for any instance that you do run out of cash or any material things while living in abundance, you are connected to the source of everything, like you said. When you living in abundance and you connected with that source, anything that you need, you can get it right back.
Exactly. Exactly.
Versus the flip side, you know what I'm saying? Like if you only have money and you don't have anything spiritually connected with, when you lose your money, you ground back to ground zero. You
Like
gotta
that was
start over.
everything.
Almost like you just robbed.
That
You
was
gotta go
everything.
back to work. You
Right.
gotta go back to work.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So the point is, bro, is like when you living in abundance, like you said, you don't run out.
Right. It's a
It's
limitless
an
overflow.
overflow. It's an overflow, and it's a continue. You living in abundance. But see, when you're not living in abundance and you just got money, that runs out unless you keep working. You gotta keep. You only can go as far as yourself can go.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like it's limitless. You know what I'm saying? Like it's limitless.
Exactly.
So like whether you have money or not, you can always be a giver. You'll always be a giver. You'll always be
Exactly.
a giver. Like I feel like this, man. Once you do find out your purpose, you'll find out that it is that we're all supposed to be givers.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like we all supposed to be givers. So if you think that, you know, having a fat bank account, you know, is what defines uh value, then you're trying to attain real things with false currency. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you
Yeah.
have an expectation of something that didn't come from like what you're expecting it from. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You talking about that void, right?
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you do have money, like it doesn't actually have the characteristics of being fulfilled in life. It doesn't have the same characteristics.
Talk, sir.
You
That's
know what I'm
it.
saying? It
That's
doesn't.
it. That's it.
But you know what rich looks like. You know what I mean? Like that's why that's why we spend our money on counterfeit counterfeit things, man. That's why we did because we know what rich looks like. We know what it looked like.
Because it's
So
high class. You know what I'm saying?
exactly,
It's
it's
luxurious. You know.
right. It's an upper level. It's an upper level of life.
But it's really like I was telling you before. You know, rich is really a mindset.
Right,
Rich is really, a mindset and a spiritual, vibration.
right,
Like to be in abundance, like I said, you got to be spiritually aligned. So that's really what it is. Like you were just saying, bro. That's the difference.
right,
Like when you got just money, you don't have to be connected to anything.
right,
But when you actually are living in abundance, like you got direction. Like
right,
you are involved like with, I don't really did some seeking and searching, and I know what I'm here to do, and I got a mission, and I know what to do. Like I know what to do. That's different. It's a difference.
right.
It's a difference with abundance. Like you gotta have some direction to have abundance.
Oh
You
yeah.
can't luck up. You can't luck up on abundance, bro. You can't
No,
work up on abundance.
no.
Like that's spiritual.
That's
You see
all
what I'm
day.
saying?
Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. So without and also, man, I want to make this point. Like, you remember, I was saying that being rich to me is that balance between carnality and spirituality.
Uh-huh.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you gotta find that balance, because too much of anything is bad for you.
Right.
Like, we have a flesh body, so we can't be more spirit than we are. You see what I'm saying? You can't have too much spirit,
Right.
because we still got a flesh body. You see what I'm saying? And you can't have too much flesh, because we got a soul. We got a soul.
Exactly. Exactly.
But you see what I'm saying? But if you're not aware of that soul within you, you'll be living completely for your flesh.
Right.
You'll be living completely in carnality if you don't really realize that you're here for a reason.
Right.
And see, that's where that mission come in. That's the only way. See, once you realize that you're not here for a reason, that opens up something. That opens up something. Once you start questioning why you here, that opens up something. And you
Right.
start seeking while you here. You start asking God, like, show me why I'm here. Like,
Right.
and once you give you that revelation, then like, boom, I know why I'm living now. So at that point, the only thing matters to you is carrying out your mission.
Right.
And like I told you earlier, your mission may take money, but he will provide, because your mission was given to you.
Right.
That's how you're able to live in abundance, because it's all about that mission that was given to you.
Right.
Like, the mission that was given to you from the person that don't run out of anything.
Exactly. Exactly. So on both sides, like you said, like it's yeah, I agree with that 100%, man. It's a balance.
Mm-hmm.
Find that balance, between both worlds,
Yes, sir.
like to survive here and still be a giver, like I said, man, and not be controlled by the circumstances of life, and still be able to give, no matter what, whether it's monetary or spiritually, man, because that's what I feel like a blessed person is, man. A blessed person. Is rich is just another word for blessed. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Come down to living in abundance, man. Like that's blessed, man. Like you able to give no matter what.
Right.
You're able to give no matter what it is, no matter what the situation is, no matter what you go through, no matter what you're going through. Like it don't matter. Circumstances doesn't control like your ability to give once you live in abundance. Like don't nothing control you being able to give once you fully, you know what I mean, walk into
Right,
that level.
because you're aligned on the inside.
Exactly.
Like, you can't really, like, you're not easily moved. You know what I'm saying? When things happen, when you're aligned, when you're
Right.
spiritually aligned. But I do want to go to the comments, man. I really want you guys to comment about your perspectives on actually, what rich means to you. Like, is it more spiritual for you? Like, do you feel like you can live in abundance without being spiritually aligned? Like, what's your, like, answer that? Your perspectives on that? Like, do you feel like you can actually live in abundance without spirituality? Like,
Are you asking?
we're gonna read the comments we already have.
Okay.
To me, Lakeithia Murray, shouts out to her. She said, to me, to be rich means to be plentiful in money and worldly gains. But to me, wealthy means so much more. Because to me, being wealthy means to have an abundance in life all the way around, meaning physically, spiritually, and monetarily. I can dig that. And once I looked up, the literal meaning for rich. The literal meaning for rich is actually wealthy.
Right.
That's why that's why I wanted everybody to give their own personal perspectives on it. Because, that's just the dictionary. But you know what I'm saying? But that don't necessarily means what it means to you. It don't necessarily tells what being rich means to you.
Right.
So I know we all know that being rich means money, but I'm kind of doing a comparison between, like, living in abundance. Living in abundance, that's really what rich means to me. Like, if you're not living in abundance, you're not really rich. You just got some money.
Right. Right.
So I can definitely dig that. Like, it's way more than just monetary. It's more, it's physical, spiritual, and everything.
It's like it's an all around thing. It's like once you get the puzzle, you know what I mean, and put all the pieces together, and then it's like, bam, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like that's it. Like, oh yeah, that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that, man. It's on both sides. It's on both sides, man. So you
Right.
giving. A rich
Yeah.
man is he's never limited, man. He's not limited. A rich man is not limited.
In the mind.
In the mind, yeah, most
You
definitely.
see what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely.
Not just his pocket. He may see a person that's living in abundance. On the surface, it may look like he's limited in the bank account, but see, he already know he got that unlimited source because he's not focused on that.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Like that man that's living in abundance can have whatever he want because
Right.
he's up here.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? It's a lot more work you'll have to do to get it, just doing it one way
And
versus
that,
being spiritually aligned and connected to abundance.
but see, that's what I'm
And
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm rich, like I'm like you on both sides. You on both sides. You know what I mean? You can give naturally and spiritually. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you're not limited. A rich man is not limited. You know what I'm saying? Because it goes on both sides. Like, your giving source is the source of everything. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So
Exactly.
yeah, man. Yeah. So once you align with that,
Next comment, bro.
yeah.
Millicent Best Frazier, mother say, wealth provides access to other things and lends the ability to invite others into doors not normally available, not just financial wealth. Amen. That's a perfect way to put it
Yeah.
because it's like, that is true. Because if you're living in abundance, even though you can give money too, open doors for you to do other things as well.
Right. Right.
You maybe can, like that's why I want to do like little missions, little outreach missions, because that's abundant.
Right.
That's reaching out. You see what I'm saying? I want to do outreaches because I'm opening up doors for other people to do different things.
Right.
So it's like if a person is homeless and I wanted to give him a place to stay or help him do something, that's a door that I opened for him that he wasn't able to do on his own. And that not it did take money for me to do that for him, but that initiative that I had was done out of the spirit.
Exactly.
It was out of that abundant spirit that I have.
Right.
I was able to, I saw the need to do that out of the abundant spirit that I have. It wasn't just because I had money to do it. It was because that I did it from my heart.
Exactly.
And I feel like people don't, you won't be able to do those things from the heart unless you are in the spirit of abundance. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Like you only in carnality, you won't have a heart for others because your heart will be hard. You only,
That's,
you right. You see what I'm
that's why I
saying?
say
Like,
it's all about the source. It's all about the source. You know what I'm saying? It's all
exactly.
about the source and where you get it from. You know,
Facts.
because that controls the manifestation in the natural. So
Right, because if you got it on your own, if you got it by yourself, then you're gonna feel like it's yours.
right.
But see, once you get it from, the mission that you got after doing God's will, it's different.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm
Be,
saying? You don't
be,
feel like it's yours. It's free flowing. It's free
because
flowing. That's why you're able to give it.
but see, you looking for, and then on top of that, you looking for a different fulfillment. Like you looking for a different fulfillment. You know what I mean? Like even when you live in abundance, you look for a different fulfillment.
Exactly. Another comment. Wealth is not about the money. It's a mindset. So should you lose your money, you can get it back. It is your mind. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Not just about money. Let's go. Let's go. We need some more. Anybody that haven't come in, and if you want to give your perspective on it, go ahead. Because, like I said, it's really about fulfillment. I don't really believe that you can live in abundance without fulfillment, and I don't really think that you can have fulfillment without knowing your mission in life, mission and purpose in life. Because it's like fulfillment is really the enjoyment of having that money. Like I don't really you see what I'm saying? Like some people have money and they're not happy.
Right.
But when you living out your mission, it brings fulfillment, which allows you to have happiness. You see what I'm saying? Like you can really be happy from the inside because you're doing God's work. You're doing what He
Right.
wants. You're doing His will.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you'll have that fulfillment going throughout life. You'll have more joy going throughout life. You'll have more love in your life throughout life. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you're living fulfillment. You're living out your mission and purpose in life.
Right.
versus like you just going through life doing what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't really got no direction. You just going, you just living, and you just making money. You see what I'm saying? You
Right.
just making money. You know what I'm saying? You taking care of your family. You know what I'm saying? You may be taking care of your family, but you're not really woken up about your mission and what you living for out here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's a difference.
Right. It definitely is, bro. It definitely
Fact.
is, man. Yeah, it definitely is, man. Because see, once it gets there, man, you live for a different reason.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You live for a different reason. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like the light
Right.
bulb go off, man. And it's like, okay, so now when I go to work, I'm not going to work to get a check. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Now when I hustle, I'm not just hustling to, get a bag. You feel me? Like it's a whole
Right.
nother reason. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like I've been hopping in my car, you know what I'm saying, driving Uber, but I'm not just driving Uber to have money to go to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like it's for a purpose. Like it's a reason. It's another reason why I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a more mature reason why I'm doing it.
Exactly. Oh boy, you
You know
just
what I'm
said something.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, man, that's what I was speaking about earlier, man. Like we know what it looks like, but the immature, part of us, would draw us to go out and look for knockoffs. You know, we try to go and
Right.
get knockoff. You know what I mean? Like knockoff, to compensate for a lack of peace, knock off to compensate for lack of joy. And we wind up attaining a bunch of attaining a bunch of liabilities that doesn't of no value, to the inner man. It's everything is geared for natural. Everything is geared for natural.
Another thing, bro, you made me think about fulfillment a little bit more when I was listening to what you were just saying. And what I learned about what fulfillment is like you're okay. Like you're whole.
Right,
Like you're not going through life like I have this ever-ending want for something.
right,
Like you have this hole in you and you can't fill it.
right,
Like that's not what it's going to be
right,
once you actually know your mission in life. Once you get that fulfillment, you're made whole.
right,
So it's not nothing you seeking through life looking for.
right,
You see what I'm saying? So I think that's what's like that's a huge difference. Like you're not lost floating around through life when you know what you're here to do.
right.
And that's how you really it's really a jump start. Like the earliest you find out what you're here to do, like the more you can
Better off. Better
you can
off.
be more, you can live in abundance. Like the sooner you
Right,
find out what you're here to do, the sooner you can live in abundance.
right,
Because when you find out what you're here to do, that's your dough. Like that's your opportunity.
right,
Like that's them actually revealing to you what you're supposed to be living for. That's
right,
huge. I don't think
right,
people understand. Like it's so great. Like man, when you get that revelation, bro. Man, I used to, man. Oh my God, man. Excuse me for the stuttering, but I'm getting excited. Like I remember all the times, like I was staying up on the Spruce Point, like Old Nat, when I lived over there. Like I stayed up all the time because I used to feel like when I got money and was able to retire mama, I was gonna be fulfilled.
right.
You see what I'm saying? I thought that was gonna bring me fulfillment,
Uh-huh.
like just getting some money and being able to take care of people. But that didn't bring me fulfillment. What
Uh-huh.
really brought me fulfillment is when I really found out what I was really supposed to do.
Right,
When I found out what I was really supposed to do, I didn't care whether I was rich. I didn't care whether I was poor. I didn't care whether I was light skinned. I didn't care whether I was dark skinned. I didn't care what. I knew what I was here to do. You see what I'm saying? I knew what mission I was here to carry out. So
right,
it's like it filled that hole. Like I don't have to wait until I get money to be able to splurge out to feel fulfilled.
right,
Like I already know what my mission is in life, so I'm already fulfilled. And on top of that, I know that I'm gonna be able to retire my parents.
right,
I know that I'm gonna be able to take on the responsibility of making sure that my nieces and nephews are good, that my
right,
future children are good. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that everything that I got going on is helping other people and I have an abundance so I can help other people.
right.
Like, you know what I'm
So,
saying? Like it feels that.
so would you say living in abundance is when you stop living for you?
Exactly. You start
Wow.
living for him. You start living for what he has
Right,
you here to do. like you start really zooming in into his work. Like you gotta, like, your life got to be his work. Now everybody works isn't the same.
Right.
Everybody's purpose isn't the same. My purpose might not be the same purpose as such and such. My purpose is the same purpose as yours. You see what I'm saying? Like we may do some of the same things.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But I don't feel that
Get out.
I don't feel like we are identical. I don't feel like it's identical. I don't feel like our purposes are identical in life. You see what I'm saying? Like, of course, we believe in the same things and we do some of the same things, and you see what I'm saying? But I don't feel like God gave me and you specifically the same mission.
Right.
I think He gave each and every last person their own mission and their own gift to use to carry out that mission.
I mean, yeah, I feel like he didn't give us the same mission, but he gave us the same duty.
Right. Okay. Explain.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we all not gonna walk.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and explain. Yeah.
No, no, man. We all gonna go down like different walks of life, of course. You know what I mean? But where you come from is ultimately to help somebody else that needs to come from the same place.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Say that
So
again. I know they need to hear that. Say that again.
yeah, I said, you know, we don't have the same mission, but we have the same duty.
Dang, we kind of breaking up. Man, we're kind of breaking up. Hopefully he get back connected here. Cause I needed to catch what he said. Oh, we're gonna have to get him back. We're gonna have to get him back. But I thank you guys for being on the show. I hope he called back. I hope he able to join again. But I thank you guys for still tuning in. Such a great topic. And I wish everybody else will give their perspective on what they feel about it. Because I honestly don't feel like you can live in abundance without knowing your mission and, you know what I'm saying, knowing the reason why you living on this earth. There's no way you can live in abundance. You can be rich, you know what I'm saying? You can have a lot of money. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? You can have a lot of bread, but I don't feel like you can reach that level of abundance until you really know what you're here to do in life according to why God created you and put you on this earth. If you understand what I'm saying. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna read some more comments. Sometimes it is your experience that can make you more compassionate. You can have wealth, money, no end, and you can have a hard heart. But if you have some struggle experiences or heart situation experiences, you will have different perspectives and be more giving. You will include others, and that's right. And that's right. You know what you go through in life is supposed to wake you up. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes it don't wake us up. We tend to go through things over and over again, and we don't learn from them. But you're right. Through your experiences, if you one of those people that learn through your experiences, it's supposed to teach you how to have a heart, and it's gonna kind of wake you up. Like, hey, I can't keep doing this over and over again. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can't keep doing this. And then you'll start to learn and start to, find yourself, and that's true. I agree with that. Your experiences in life helps you find yourself, because I wouldn't have never found myself or my purpose in life if I wouldn't have been having it hard like I was. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I wasn't at that state of struggling like I was, like, I wouldn't have never pressed beyond where I was to actually find out what I was supposed to be doing. So it took those experiences and those struggles to teach me to seek for more out of life. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what happened to me. And I feel like that's true 100% because I actually lived that. I actually had situations to where I didn't really know what to do next. And so you start seeking for what to do. And then, and while I was seeking for what to do, I got a revelation, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you need to be out here helping people. You need to be out here living, you know what I'm saying? Helping people in any which way you can. That be your lifestyle. But I thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for everybody who commented. Like, I really appreciate it. You stayed with us. We didn't get on last week. I had a death in the family. I thank you guys for all of the prayers or whatever that you guys gave us. You know what I'm saying? And thank you guys for hopping on for episode 35. I do want to mention the incremental movement once again, because we always got to shout out our family. We're an online community full of people that are goal oriented. Excuse me. And what we do, we want to keep the environment healthy for people that are goal achieving and goal setting. And it's a judge-free community. It's a judge-free community where people come and share their goals. And if they would like, we hold them accountable. You see what I'm saying? We hold them accountable. We keep them motivated. We encourage them to continue to accomplishing their goals. And it's going to be so powerful to the point where we're going to have this big fund. The goal for the incremental movement is to have this big fund to where we actually can fund people goals. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to fund people goals, and we're going to actually have, we're going to be able to write checks. We're going to be able to write checks and actually give people money to fund their goal. We're going to be able to invest in people while we're investing into ourselves. So if you're interested in joining a community where we have people that are like-minded, people that are setting goals, people that want to continue to achieve their goals, the incremental movement may or may not be the place for you. I'm not telling you that it's going to be, because honestly, at 100 people, we will be closing this group because we got to protect the energy. If you're not serious about accomplishing goals, you won't stay in the group. I'm just being blunt. I'm being blunt because if you're not serious about goals, we can't have you in the group. So yes, if you goal oriented, like the group, we got 85 people right now with 89 followers. So at 100 people, I'm going to be creating a closed group of people. And if you have goals that you want to be held accountable on, just DM us. You know, send us a message. Send us a message of your goals that you want to be held accountable on. And I will personally, and members of the team, Lakeithia Murray or Riley Best, and future people in the future, you can send messages and we'll get back with you as soon as we possibly can to hold you accountable on those things. So with that being said, we thank you guys for tuning in for episode 35 of Financial Talk Podcast. I'm the King, JB, Mr. Best. The CFO phone went dead, but I'm pretty sure he's going to say the same thing. King 1 and King 2, we out. See you guys next week for episode 36. Gone.